amaka ng'abakulembeze be bakitandise nyambako tugusazeemu erinnya lya Yesu limusire waggulu mu musajja omu n'omukazi omu mirembe na mirembe kibeerewo bwe kityo omwoyo ogubaawula gufe.
Kambuza video
kati buli muntu atunuulira mukyala we ng'amugamba naye gundi onkaddiyeeko nja kugoba mpasa omulala nga bisopu yawasa omulala.
Kambuza video
waliwo bye tukola nga tubikola nga saddaaka yennyini kubanga gwe okulembedde akulembedde bw'asobya ebintu bitabuka bwe wabulawo akyogerako buli muntu kyagwamu.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Francis and this is the Rumor Report. Now, at this age of the internet, I want to think that we have to be very calculative with everything that we say, because if we are not careful in one way or another, whatever we say will be used as receipts against us to counter our actions in present day based on what you said sometime back in the past. So, Pastor Bujingo, very controversial pastor. I like him. I love the way he preaches because he talks about reality. He was married to his wife, with whom he had quite some kids. I don't know, whether 3 or 5 kids, I don't know. So for 20 years, Pastor Bujingo was in a matrimonial arrangement with a lady called Teddy Naluswa Bujingo, and together they had kids. So of course he was nurtured by one pastor called Serada, who was actually his earthly, more like a godfather on earth, who trained him and nurtured him into ministry. And if you ask me, I think he's the reason as to why he is the man today. He is the man we see today because he went through the right hands. But of course, being the controversial person he is, he ended up getting bad blood with his godfather, and as a result, he quit Pastor Serada's church and went on to start his own church, and then radio station called Soul TV, and then Salt Radio. So when I think after he had moved away from Pastor Serada and established his own church at Canaan land around Makerere there, his fame began to blossom. He began to create his own following, his own people that believed in what he said and everything. Yeah, actually it was like a disruption. It started slowly. Nobody saw Bujingo becoming like prime news kind of person until I think early 2019, when the guy was at his prime. So I think the fame and the money got to his head, and then he said, you know what, I cannot marry my wife. I cannot stay with my wife anymore, because he has been in a marriage for 20 years and all he had to do was to just be tolerant to the bad things that were happening in the marriage. He said a lot of things about the woman. He said the woman had a hemorrhage and she was bleeding for almost 20 years and was there for her. All that kind of stuff that, stuff you're not supposed to say about people that, at least have stayed with for 20 years. He went hard on that and did his deed. And then, of course, I think he said that knowing that in the pipeline he already had another woman called Makula, who was a radio presenter at his TV station, and a lady who he used to meet at the back of his wife. He was still in marriage, but still trying to call this lady here and getting her to accept his proposals. So, of course, there was a lot of backlash. There was fighting. Teddy Naluswa was fighting her to stay in the marriage and all that kind of stuff. But Bujingo his mind was already made up, and he wanted to move out of the relationship. Successfully, eventually moved out of the relationship, and they've not yet officially married in church, but already he's staying with Makula, and I'm very sure they're having illegal sex according to the Bible, because before you have sex in the Bible, you're supposed to marry someone's daughter. There's no sex before marriage. But these guys have been staying together They've not been married, they've not legally married, they've not wedded in church, they've not done any sort of traditional marriage or anything, but they're still staying together. And you can't tell me that for more than a year or two right now you can stay like that with someone that you're actually affectionately attracted to and you're not doing anything together. That's a lie. So basically they're having illegal sex right now, and Bujingo has basically broken all the code of ethics when it comes to marriage. He's not wedded, he's having sex before marriage and all that. And I don't think I should be the right person talking about it, but I'm simply talking from my point of view based on what I see. So after they have consummated their love together and they're now staying together, they're doing things together, Akula is doing all these things to make the big man look younger, surprising him on birthdays and doing all sorts of sweet things for the big man, just to make him feel younger. The thing with most second woman, when you marry a second woman, she will want to do different things differently from how the first woman was doing things, just to strike a difference of, this one is different. I mean, she does this, she does that. Apparently, according to Bujingo, she's the first person to surprise him on his birthday. There you have it. So, karma, according to Sadhguru, is a result of our actions. What we do oftentimes reflects what comes of our actions. So years and years after Bujingo has done all these things, a video surfaces on social media of Bujingo saying it is not right for any man whatsoever to have two women. Every man should follow the Bible and have one woman. And for people to follow suit in this kind of marriage arrangement, church leaders have to be exemplary in how they do things in terms of marriage. So he pointed at a certain bishop in Kampala. I forget his name. He's a pastor. This is a guy that remarried after he discovered that his wife was actually being unfaithful in the marriage. So he went on to find another woman. And in his preaching, he quoted that bishop. He said that if the leaders go on doing things the wrong way, the flock will start doing things because the leaders have done things the wrong way, which means that the flock will actually use leaders as justification for doing the wrong actions. You get what I mean? So I don't know how many people Bujingo has misled through his actions of not following the marriage arrangement as far as the Bible is concerned. These words have come back to bite him in. I don't know how he's feeling right now, but Bujingo is a very unshaken man. You can't really shake him down easily. I believe in one way or another will come out to defend himself tactfully, and you might think he's right. Oh wow, guys. All I can tell you guys right now is that you have to be very calculative with what you say. Because especially if you're going to say it on the internet. Especially if you're going to say it on the internet, man. This internet never forgets. People be having receipts. These things that are captured on video and stuff, or speeches and everything. My oh my. Be very careful with how you say your things and whatever you talk, which topics you want to comment on. So the bottom line is, despite the fact that you have an opinion to say about something, doesn't mean you have to say it. Sometimes silence is a better response. Keep it right here.
Kambuza video.
Kati buli muntu atunulira mukyala we ng'amugamba naye gundi onkaddiyeeko. Nja kugoba mpasa omulala nga Bishop yawasa omulala.
Kambuza video.
Waliwo bye tukola nga tubikola nga saddaaka yennyini, kubanga gwe okulembedde. Akulembedde bw'asobya ebintu bitabuka. Bwe wabula wakyogerako buli muntu kyagwamu.